good evening, and welcome everyone to another Bad Fanfiction Live. My name is Master Gamington Smythe III. Welcome back, my dear viewers, and it's very nice to be back. After 2 months, I've come back to bring more Bad Fanfiction. My adventures around the world, gathering more fanfictions, have actually come back with a lot more gems to behold. You see, I did a lot of digging, and I was able to find tons and tons of good fanfiction, which I will be ready for Season 4. However, there's been one little article that I wanted to bring to your attention, and I will go on to that in a moment. But I would just like to say, everybody, welcome back. I know that it has been a very long time, and I do apologize. The chat seems to be a little out of date, so one moment, I will aim to fix that remedy. So, do excuse me, one moment. Let's see if we can get that scene too. There we go. Excellent. That's all sorted. So, thank you all very much for coming. And I would very much like to know, actually, who's the first time? It's your first time? Shiny Moon 2003, that's your first time. Oh, okay. I can turn on the microphone, just bring that a little closer. Let's try turning up little settings and configuration. There we go. 126 people. Oh. My. That's very good indeed. So anyway, let's get on with this little thing. Don't forget, we have the Muffin Fund. So for those of you who don't know what the Muffin Fund is, basically a little tipping service. So if you could find it in the kindness of your hearts to be able to provide, then it would be greatly appreciated. If not, then I totally understand. But anyway. Well, to those who all here, as Mel has said, don't be an arse. Spam or get raunchy. That's up to me and the moderators to do. So, and for those of you who know, my moderators are July, Mel, Cal, Blaze, and, of course, Andrea. So, my 5 moderators will be here to making sure everyone behaves. Now, I'd very much like to pay attention to what the stream spam is. So, can you all say 1 when you get this message? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28, 9, 30. 31. 30! Okay. Yes, thank you. I was just checking the stream configuration, so 30-second delay. That's actually a lot better than before. Oh, goodness, the chat seems to have gone to a bit of a light show. Let's see if we can fix that. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Ah, good. Thank you. That's enough. But we have 124 people in the chat. So, anyway, let's waste no more time. Let us get on to the matter at hand. With this, a little doozy that I was able to find on the archives of the internet. It was by a person called Kawaii Emo Cupcake. Basically, I was able to find, right here, BROLY'S love affection. After coming across it on a message board, I was able to find some research about it. I found a website for it, but it was currently down. but I was able to look in the archives of the internet, and after many digging, I was able to bring this to you now. 2 fanfictions from Kawaii Emo Cupcake that we thought were lost forever, now brought back to life. There was only 1 YouTube video about this, but now we shall make 2. In Kawaii Emo Cupcakes, BROLY'S Love Affection. Chapter 1. Videl and Gohan and Goten were all sitting on the couch, and suddenly Gohan had to go to work. I have to go to the store, Hogan said before he left to work. I am also going to the store. He flew out of the door, and then Videl have to get closer to Goten, and she say, I secretly love you, Trunks. Goten said that he got a boner, and they do it. Goten have a 12-inch thing guy, and they do it with it too. But they don't have protected, so Videl leaped off and Ten went to the town, where she met someone. But before that, Gohan came home with a loaf of gun. Goten said, Gohan, I was for cooking Videl and she left me. I am sad now. What? You were scrolling with my wife? Gohan said with an angry tone of. Goten said, I was sorry, okay? She came on to me and then I was doing my homework and after she left because Mom would yell at you back in the day before I was born in the Cell Saga. All the time for not doing your homework right, Hogan? Hogan knows best after all. Fuck you, motherfucker. You were with my wife. Goten suddenly pulls out his cock and starts masturbating. Goten, said Gohan, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I just love to masturbate. It's so addicting. Suddenly, Goten, you have to see a psychologist now. Oh my goodness. 149 viewers, oh my goodness. Everyone spread the word, please, we need more. Let's see if we can get to 200. Let's see if we can get to 200 viewers. That would be very most astonishing. And don't forget, there's always the Muffin Fund. 156 viewers, oh my goodness. Okay. Chapter 2. Who are you? Videl asked. I am Broly, he said. Who's Broly? Videl asked. Here's that guy over there. He is very big. So Bevel went over to Broly and ran into him. Who are you? Videl asked. Oh, hello. My name is Broly, and I am a senior at the high school. Suddenly, Videl fell in love with Broly. He had very big and he was very attractive. He has black eyes and black hair, and Hugh as were very big. So, are you doing anything after school? Videl asked. Yeah, Broly replied with a very soft-spoken speech. Suddenly, the video got very sad. Oh, well, what are you doing? Broly suddenly got a big smile on his face. I'm going to be fuck with you! Videl was very scared. My name is Broly, he said. I'm Video, she said to Broly. Let's go on a date and we can be my girlfriend. Videl wasn't scared anymore. Okay, she said, but you have to promise me that. Okay, I do, Broly said. He grabbed her tender little hand, and then he held it. They walked into the sunset, holding hands, and then the screen froze on a watercolored picture of the two of them. It was romantic. Oh my goodness. My dear viewers, this is certainly getting very out of hand. But anyway. At the moment, we are on chapter 3 and we have 172 viewers. This is quite clearly a record. But thank you everyone for sticking around. So, chapter 3. Oh, July is apparently dead already. Well, come on July. You got to stay alive. There's still 3 chapters. Well, we're only in the 3rd chapter. On the other side of the world, Goku and Vegeta were training hard with each other, doing push-ups and fucking fighting and killing themselves.
Not so hard, Vegeta. You're hurting me,
Goku said. I will never Kakarot because you are a local ass warrior. Vegeta thrust his big hard fist into Goku's body.
Ugh, I feel it in my stomach, Goku said. Keep fisting me. I want to get stronger by you fighting into me.
Carrot Rot, do you feel that strong energy level? Goku looked up and put 2 finers on his forehead like he was going to teleport, but he didn't. He was just trying to feel the energy, and he closed his eyes.
You're right, Vegeta. I feel it. It must be... No. It can't be.
You're right, Goku. Let's keep fisting. So they did. Meanwhile, Videl and Broly were still going out. I hope
Gohan does not see us here,
she said quietly to myself, hoping Broly would not hear her. But he did, said, What is the matter, Video? You look distressed.
Videl said, Oh, nothing, she said. I'm just seeing someone else right now. His name is Gohan.
It is not nice for you to... seeing 2 people at once, Broly said.
I know, but you don't know Gohan, Videl said with a very angry frown on her face. He is such a jerk to me sometimes, like he doesn't come see me as often as he should. He's always busy fisting guys, she exclaimed rather loudly, and the people around were looking at her and she was crying. Don't be so loud, Broly whispered. People are staring at us. I don't care, Videl cried. I do not like Gohan anymore. I only like you, Broly. You're the one for me at. There were lots of tears falling down her face because she was so sad, and it made Broly sad to look at it. Don't cry, Videl, he said, giving her a hug. You are the one for me too. I like you. Videl gasped with shock because no one had ever told her they liked her before. She hugged him back and then said, Let's go tell Gohan that we are in love and that I never want to see him ever again, she said, and they flew off to go look for Gon, but when they got to his house, he was not there. Oh. And by the way, David Reader, thank you very much for the tip. Hello, Masterco, he says, I just want to thank you for the shout out during the last stream. My house had been flooded and I was really stressed out, but your stream really made my day. Again, thank you. Well, you're very most welcome, David. Very much appreciated. And you too can get a shout out if you go to bit.ly/themuffinfund. But anyway, with that chapter was so good, we are going to have it again. Videl and Broly were walking home to BROLY'S house, and then suddenly they heard a bustle. What the fuck is that shit? Asked Broly. I don't know how it sounds like some little kid and his likey friend. Suddenly from behind the bush came Goten and Trunks. They were playing hide and seek with Broly, but he wasn't paying, so it doesn't count. Who are you 2 little girls, boys? My name is Trunks, and that's Goten, said Goten. You need to go away because you are ruining my evening with Broly, and I'm going to beat you 2 up, Videl said as she stepped her foot. Oh, we better do what she have to do, she said Trunks said as he Goten flew that way. That way. What should we do now? Now that they're gone, Videl asked with her big green eyes. I think we should go back to my Husui, Broly said. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Videl and Broly got in Broly's car, which was a silver BMW with black tires, and they drove to Broly's car house. Once they got there, Videl and Broly's got out of Broly's car, and they got into Broly's Husui. They went to Broly's bedroom in Broly's house after getting out of Broly's car and getting into Broly's house and went to the bedroom. Broly sat on the bed. Hi, this is my bedroom, he asked. Do you like my sheets? Broly said. I can't see them because the other blanket is on top of them, Broly said. Videl said. I know that, Broly said with a smile on his face. That just means that we have to get under them. Videl knows where this is going. Vegeta and Goku were fighting more and more. Then Goku said to stop, so he could feel the energy again that he felt. I feel the energy coming towards us. Or maybe that, or is it getting stronger? I wonder what the source of the energy could be doing to make his energy go up so fast, so quick, Vegeta.
He probably is having dinner, said Vegeta.
Okay, Goku said.
Chapter 4. Goku said,
"Ah!"
and then he fell on his knees. Kakarot, I didn't hit you that hard. Get off your knees and back on your feet, and let's fight for more, said Vegeta.
No, Vegito, Goku said again. This time, I know where the energy is coming from. It's coming from Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan.
What? What are you talking about, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan? Said Vegeta.
He is that way. We have to go save Videl, Goku cried.
Okay, Vegeta added as he ran with Goku to stop Broly. Suddenly, on the other side of the Wakt, Videl and Broly were taking off their clothes, and then they were getting ready to make love. Videl, after she took off all her clothes off except her underwear, got on Broly's bed and then she said,
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Broly got a big smile on his face. I've been waiting for you to hear you say that all my life, he said. He unzipped his pants and whipped out his cock. Videl's eyes got really wide at Broly's cock.
Wow, that cock is really big,
she said at Baller's kick. It had to be at least 12 centimeters long. Oh my. Broly smiled more, and Nettie got on the bed with her. Why don't you take off the rest of your clothes too, Videl? He said. He was smiling really evil-like. He looked more like a rapper than a boyfriend, but Videl loved him, and she wasn't scarred. She would be soon. She was trust.
All right, she said as she was getting ready to take off her bra.
She took off her bra, and then Broly spread her legs apart and slid off her panties and spread her legs apart. Remember when I said I was going to be with you tonight? He said. I meaned it. Broly started thrusting his big you-know-what into Videl. Videl screamed as he went in and out of her. Suddenly, the wall to Broly's bedroom smashed. A big cloud of dust came, and the loud was so loud it makes Broly have premeditated ejaculation.
Ah!
Videl said. She was very scarred. What is that?
Broly, save me! Videl, are you okay?
Asked a familiar voice. I am here to save you.
It was Goku. Goku? What the hell are you doing?
Videl asked with an angrier when the dust settled. Goku saw what was going on.
Ah!
He yelled.
Vegeta, Broly's is having sex with my daughter-in-law.
Well, Kakarot, that's expected of your son. He can't keep a woman like my boy Trunks, who's so much better than Gohan. Videl got an angry face again.
That's all you two can talk about the situation. You just ruined the best moment of my life, and all you're going to do is argue about who has a better son?
Broly suddenly looked, he was dumbfounded, and he was staring right at Goku with his cock still out.
Broly? What are you looking at?
Goku asked while he scratched his head. Don't you remember, Kakarot? Broly hates you because you're a baby and you cry a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Goku looked down at Broly's cacac.
Broly is staring at me with his penis out and I do not like it, he explained.
Wow, and look at it. It's huge! Vegeta added run as he ran with Goku to stop. Replied. Oh. Suddenly Broly screamed, Kakarot! And then he started glowing a lot. He began screaming at the top of his lungs and then he started flashing. Oh my. Everyone had to convert their eyes because it was so bright. Broly, Videl cried.
What is going on with you? What are you doing?
He is turning into the Legendary Super Saiyan Mod 31! Vegeta. Broly stopped flashing so hard that none could look at him, and then he was much bigger. He was now Hattie now had blonde hair and it was glowing, and he had blue eyes.
Oh, so he's one of them too, Videl said. Videl, we have to get out of here right now, Goku yelled.
No.
Broly won't hurt me. He's my lover.
Broly then grabbed Videl by her hair and threw her 100 miles away next door. Kakarot, Broly said. I've hated you ever since I was first next to you, and now you just broke the man code. For this, I shall never forgive you.
Goku got into a fighting position, and then he said, Okay, Broly, let's fight. But I only have one thing to ask of you.
Oh? And what's that?
Please put your dick away. It's in my face.
Broly looked down at his cock, which was now 10 inches long. He said oops, and then zipped his pants up. Goku put his hands down together down at his waist, and then he went Super Saiyan 2! But his hands started going blue.
Kame! He said really loud. Kame!
Vegeta saw what Goku was doing and he joined in. Kame! He yelled. Kame! Goku and Vegeta nodded at each other, and then they both yelled,
Ha!
The big broom came flying at Broly. Broly didn't afraid though, because he just smiled. The beam hit into Broly. But it did more than he was expecting to do, because Vegeta was doing the beam as well. Broly yelled as he went flying. Kakarot! Broly went flying, and then he landed somewhere far away.
Well, Vegeta, Goku said, I didn't know you could do that Kamehameha beam too like I can.
That's because you are not a true warrior like AIM! Vegeta exclaimed. Senilely, Vegeta came back into the house, and she slapped Goku and Vegeta.
Vegeta, Goku, what did you two were doing? She yelled. Broly's a nice guy. He did not do anything to anyone. No, Vidley, Goku said with a triumphant smile on his face. Broly was going to hurt you. Me and Vegeta do the right thing protecting you. I have you both, she yelled as she ran away, crying.
She ran all the way from Broly's house to her house because Broly said she couldn't take his car. Wow, what a turn of events, my dear viewers. Must get an extra drink. Meroyasha, how drunk do you have to be to write this stuff? Very. Very indeed. I must say, this has been an absolute joy to find. Dragon Ball fanfiction, there's just something about it which just makes it so iconic. I do say so myself. But anyway, on to chapter 5. Goten and Trunks heard the beam, and they saw the explosion of Broly flying away on it. They see where he landed and sense they are funny little boys who like to get into all kinds of trouble and adventure with each other.
Trunks, let's go see where the beam went, Goten said.
Okay, Goten replied. They then went into flying mode. Then they flew all the way to where Broly had landed. When they got there, they see that Broly is laying on a beach on an island that he was blasted to. His clothes were all ripped up, and he looked very sexy the way he was laying.
Goten, that's Broly, Trunks said. I know, he's the Legendary Super Saiyan. I wonder what he's doing here, Goten replied. Well, you need to go find out by asking your dad or Videl, and then I'll stay here and watch him and make sure he doesn't go anywhere and hurt more people.
Trunks said.
Okay, Goten said. I'll be back.
He said as he flew away back to civilization. Trunks was starting at Broly's unconscious body, and he got wondrous. He walked over to Broly and opened his eyes. And as he gazed into Broly's big sexy blue eyes, Trunks then realized that there was a good side to everyone, because someone as beautiful as Broly couldn't all be bad at the time, all the time. Trunks fell to his knees. He walked up to Broly and put his arms around him.
Broly, he said, I always knew you weren't all bad. You always seemed like you had some good in you to me. I just knew that one day you'd do something wonderful.
Trunks moved his head over to BROLY'S and then kissed his cold lips with his own lips. There was a big aura that came around Trunks and BROLY. Then suddenly, BROLY opened his eyes. Trunks grew a little scared, and he backed up to make sure BROLY had room to get up. Where am I? Asked BROLY to Trunks.
What's this?
Trunks asked to himself to his head.
Broly must be amnesia. Maybe I could teach him to be good.
Trunks smiled. Oh, this is nowhere. Oh, who are you? Who am I?
My name is Trunks, and you're Broly. You hit yourself on the head and now you can't remember much. But let's get you home. I'm sure you'll remember everything after's come dinner.
Trunks looked Broly hand, and then they flew off to Goten's house, with Chi-Chi making dinner for Goku and Vegeta. Goten for defeating Broly. When they arrived, Trunks saw that Chi-Chi was already making dinner because smoke was coming from the chimney. Trunks led Broly into the house. When Goku saw him, he got yell.
Trunks, what are you doing? Broly can't come in here. He's not allowed. It's okay, Goku. He has amnesia. I'm training him to be good. Oh, that's a good thing, Tin. Maybe he can be good.
Broly looked at the food on the counter and noticed that it looked rather delicious. He noticed the food on the table was alone. He went to it, and he ate all the food in one bite. Everyone got shock.
Broly, you ate all the food, Goten yelled. Now what are we gonna do? Everyone too hungry!
They kicked Broly out of the house, and he sat on a step wondering about life. Suddenly, Pan came out and saw Broly and sat him.
Hello, what are you?
She asked with a nice on her voice. Hi, my name is BORLY. At best that is what Trunks had me.
What do you mean? I don't know who you are.
No, I lose all my memory with amnesia. Pan looked into Broly's big sexy eyes, and she noticed that he was very attractive. He had big sparkly black eyes. They were sparkling because Broly was sad and he was about to cry. And long black hair. Suddenly, Pana got a great idea.
Well, in case you forgot, you are my husband, she said.
Really? I'm married to a girl as beautiful as you? Broly said.
Yes, Pan said.
Well, that makes everything better. Maybe we should go to my house then.
Okay,
Pain said. Bola and Pan held their hands and then they walked to Broly's Husui, because Broly still remembered where it was. Chapter 6. Brokey saw his house, and he didn't like the way it was happen. He gotten embarrassed because he was afraid that Pan wouldn't like him anymore. If he house was a wreck like it was. He was also mad, because he didn't know what happened to it, because he had amnesia, remember?
Oh,
Is it being closed for revelation? Broly said. Maybe we should go somewhere and fun.
That sounds like a good idea to me,
Pan said as he agreed with Broly's plan. Pan got into Broly's car, which was okay because it had not Goku. Let's go somewhere where me and you can be romantic, he said to Pan as he drove his silver BME.
Alright, how about a cliff with a nice view and lots of scenery?
Can says. That's my favorite spot, Broly said, but he didn't know if it was or not because he couldn't remember. He drove all the way to the highest hill in the city. He parked his car right so that they could see the city. They felt that it was so romantic. They felt that they had to start kissing right then and right there. They started making out for a long time. Then Pan felt that she loved Broly more than anyone else on the face of the earth. She felt that her love for Broly was more than any love she could have ever. So that she took her shirt off. Broly saw that and then he got a big boner. He loved Pan too. Let's go in the back seat, Broly said. There's more room back.
Okay, Pan replied.
They both jumped into the back seat of the car and kept making out with their shirts off.
Broly, Pan stated, I never thought that me and you would be like this together.
Pan said, I've loved you ever since I laid my eyes on you, Pan said. Pan took off her pants, and then Broly did his. He started kissing all over her body, and she started moaning with pleasure. Broly got out his penis, and then Pan saw it, and she was gasping for breath. She was taken under by Broly's dick.
Put it in me now, she yelled. I want it now.
Pan was swatting real bad, and her heart was beating like a drum. All right, Pan, since you asked nicely, Broly said, as stuck his penis inside Pan's body. There was a windows. They were starting to fog up from all the body heat building up inside the car. Broly thrust his body at her, and the whole car jumped as if it had hydraulics.
Ah, yes, Broly, yes,
Pan said. She had never had sex before, and this was her first time, but it was the best thing she had ever experienced. Broly had done it before, but he can't remember any of them, but he'd gotten amnesia. Pan's foot accidentally bumped to radio and turned it on. Then the song Lollipop by Little Wheezy came on. Pan,
this is my favorite song, Pan said.
She started moving her hips to the beat of the song on Broly's cock. Pan could tell by Pan's face that she was getting into it, so that he decided Broly was getting into it too. Pan got alone onto Broly and put his penis into her mouth. Pan walked her mouth up and down Broly's hard shaft and... Oh, Pan, that's the way, Broly said as Pan sucked on his penis more, but the weight shifted the car that made flew off the side of the cliff. They were so passionate they'd not noticed much of what was going on, hover. It was till the very last second that they noticed they were going to crash, but suddenly the car started going back up. They looked out the mirror and saw that it was the Great Singing Man. He had rescued them.
The Great Saiyan Man! Pan yelled at the top of her lungs. He's my hero? What a dreamboat!
Suddenly, Broly got jealous. He didn't really know who and poor, but he'd know that she was his wife, at least what he thought. He's not so great, Broly said with a mean voice. I bet I could beat him up easy.
In your dreams, Broly, Pan said. The Great Saiyan Man walked up to the car and knocked on the glass.
It appears you didn't have your brake on, sir, Saiyan Man said. Good thing I heard. Hey, wait, aren't you Broly? Saiyan Man jumped back and got into a fighting posse. Broly was so confused, and he didn't why Saiyan Man won't fight him. Yes, I'm Broly. At least that is what I've been told, because... Silence, Crouton! Sailor Man said as he smashed his fist against the car's window. You are nothing but a phony! Gohan Man suddenly got a great idea. He thought that if Broly wasn't to remember anything, he could probably forget that he was the Legendary Super Saiyan. That way, he would act just like a normal human being. That means that Broly could go to jail, and he'd never have to see him again. Alright, Broly, let's see your driver's license. Broly reached into his wallet and pulled out his driver's license. Gohan was shocked because Saiyan Maneuver expected Broly to actually have one. I bet this is a fake license and you're going to jail for it, Saiyan Man said heroically. Actually, it looks to be okay. Never mind, Broly, I guess you're... Whoa, what the fuck? He looked into a passenger seat and saw that it was Pan. Broly, what are you doing with my daughter? Oh, this is your daughter? Then that means you must be my dad-in-law, Gohan gasped. You mean you are married? Suddenly, Saiyan Man felt a tap on his shoulder. Suddenly, it was Video.
Gohan, I want to tell you that I don't love you anymore, she yelled.
What, Videl?
What do you mean? What happened?
Gohan yelled back.
I love something else. I love Broly, Videl smiled.
Well, did you know that Broly is having sex with your daughter? Gohan said.
What do you mean?
Videl looked inside the car and saw that it was true. Broly and Pan were naked in the car, and they had no clothes on. Videl felt so stupid now that because she thought that she had loved Broly, and she had loved Gohan before, but they both messed up, and she told them off. Now she had nobody.
Gohan, maybe me and you should stay together, she said, watching sadness on her face. I've never felt so betrayed in my life.
Okay, the great Gohan man said, and he did not feel too bad anymore, but he just remembered that his dote Pan was still having sex with Ball. We have to do something about Pan and Broly. This is real not good.
I thought Broly loved me, but I guess he do not, Videl said sad.
I thought so too, Videl, but I guess not, Gohan's sighing man said. But I'm glad because I love you too much, Videl, and I'd never want to be apart from you.
Oh, Gohan man, you're so romantic and dreamy,
Videl said. 5 years, 37 were ignoring Broly and Pan now because they were in love again. Broly used this time to Pan used this opportunity to say,
Broly, let's get out of here now before they get mad again.
Knie Broly with key. Okti. Okay, cutie. So Broly went into the back and the front seat and put his pants on because it wouldn't be a good idea to drive without pants. Then they started driving to Pan's house where it would be much safer. Oh my. Suddenly getting rather dark. And by the way, thank you very much, July. Thank you for everything, Masako, she says. Your streams have allowed me to meet so many amazing people, and many, many other things that I cannot fit on this note. Anyway, I know this isn't much, but yeah. Well, thank you, July. It's very much appreciated. But we must get on with Chapter 7. Broly pulled up to Pan's house, which was also Videl's and Gohan's house, but there was not there when we were back they were arguing.
Broly, my room is over there,
Pan says as she got out of the car and ran to her room in the house.
Let's go finish where we left off.
That sounds great, Broly said as he skipped along with Pan to his room. They got in Pan's room and they started macking out right there on the bed on the floor. They took all their clothes off and then they do it again. Broly stuck his penis inside Pan, was moaning so loudly that Broly was grunting. It felt so good. They both started screaming with Pan. Then Broly felt like he was going to come. He yelled really loud as it came out. Then he suddenly turned really yellow and he got bigger. He was turned Legendary Super Saiyan. Pan liked much of this, but it was suddenly over because of Broly. That was the best moment of my life, Pan. Me too, Broly said, hugging Pan. Pan, I love you with all my heart and soul. Pan started to cry because she had never felt so loved in her life.
I love you too, she said.
And then they hugged for a while, but then Vegeta busted through the wall. He was very angry. Pan! Q, Vegeta called. What are you doing? Don't you know that Broly is a Legendary Super Saiyan? Pan gasped with shock.
No, Broly, say it is not true.
She said she looked really sad. She did not want her one, and who was, though? Want to be the most evil person on the face of the earth? Broly wasn't sure of who he was, though. I don't know, he said. But Pan, don't you love me? We can work around this.
I don't know, Broly, said Pan,
she frowning.
I just don't know. Why would you lie to me?
Pan put on her shirt and then walked with tears on her face. Oh, Pan! Broly cried, and he was crying too. Don't leave me! Then he remembered that Vegeta was being there, and he was the reason why Pan left him. I hate you, Fatigue. Broly screamed, and he went to go punch Vegeta in his stupid Vegeta face. Don't talk back to an us warrior! Screamed Vegeta as he powered up Galactic gun. He was getting ready to shoot it at Broly, but Broly was having none of it. He punched Vegeta and then he beat his ass. Vegeta started crying and begging for mercy, but Broly said, I will never forgive you for making Pan hate me! Then he prepared his finishing blow, but then Trunks came in the room and started screaming. Broly! Screamed Trunks. What are you doing to my dad? I loved you! Broly was confused now. He thought he was loved by Opam. He was not supposed to be loved by more than one person. Broly put his clothes back on, but because he just remembered he was fighting people naked, and then he told everyone to get out of his house. Trunks did not want to leave her, said, Oh, Broly, don't be so das, he hugged. I'm sure that Pan will come back for you, because when I saw her here leave earlier, she was very sad. Broly sniffed and looked down at Trunks. Do you mean that, Trunks? He asked as he wiped a tear away from one of his big sexy eyes. I mean it, Broly, Trunks said. Broly felt much better now. He smiled at Trunks and pat him on his tiny little pat head. Thank you, Trunks, he said. I feel much better. Trunks let. Trunks let indeed. Chapter 8. Lowbri go home in a thinking mood because that one didn't know where Pan was or where she could have gone, or what she was thinking at the moment. So he got home and saw that he was on the couch at home. Pan, Broly said, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Broly, she replied. I'm sorry too.
Are we okay? Broly asked.
Yes, Pan asked.
They held hands and then they... It was almost Christmas and Panama and Broly were decorating and making their house looking pretty with Christmas spirit.
Broly, why don't you go out and get us a tree? Pan said,
and smiling.
I want to decorate it.
Okay, said Broly, as he went outside to go get a tree. He was looking for one and then he saw Goku and Goku was making a snowman with she was kids.
Hi, Broly!
Seeing Goku, he hugged him tight like they were best friends, and for all Broly knew they were because he had gotten amnesia and forgot that he really hated Kakarot from the deepest parts of his soul. Hello, Kakarot, said Broly. What are you doing out in the snow?
Me and Gohan and Gotenks are making snowmen. Want help? Goku asked.
What's a snowman? Broly asked, scratching his head.
Broly, you mean to tell me you don't know what Christmas is? Goku asked. Says the champion Christmas?
Yes, said Broly. Goku, Goten, and Goten gasped. Christmas! Screamed Trunks. I'm sorry, everyone, Broly said. I got amnesia and I forgot everything that is in life. His eyes sparkled like he was crying, but he was a man and so he toughed it out. Suddenly, the great Saiyan Gohan came and he was mad at Broly. Broly! He exclaimed. You don't deserve to know Christmas, he started. You are a bad person, he said. I'm sorry, Gohan, Broly replied with a sad voice. I just don't remember, and I know I hurt everyone. Let's all be happy, friend, and forgive for Christmas. Okay, Gohan replied. But I don't know what it is, Broly replied.
We can tell you what Christmas is. It's Christmas!
Would you?
Of course!
Goku explaining Christmas to Broly and about how everyone was happy and gave each other presents. Broly really liked presents because he wasn't so sure if he could give presents because he didn't remember what everyone liked. He had amnesia and it wasn't that good. He might give them a card with some money in it instead. That was also a nice thought, but it wasn't as good as presents. But that was okay because his friends loved him and he did not care if presents. So Broly continued looking for our tree until he found one lying in the snow. He took it home and showed it to Anne, and she was very happy about too. They put it up and threw lights on it, and then placed trees on it. It was the most beautiful tree. It got dark, and Broly and Pan lit a fire because it was also cold. They snuffled up on the couch and wrapped themselves in a blitz blanket that Chi-Chi had made for them. They went to sleep in that way, and they woke up the next day. Suddenly, when they woke up and went outside, and it was snowing. Broly had never seen snow before. Actually, he did see snow before, but he didn't remember it because he amnesiaed. Broly looked much of this because it was like rain, but it was because 1,000,000 times colder, and in flick form. It reminded Jim of Frosted Flakes, and he shoo a lot. What's that, Pan? Broly asked.
Snow, replied Pan.
Cool, said Broly. He went outside and picked up a ball of it and threw it at Goku. Goku laughed at him and said,
Oh, Broly, you're so funny.
He threw a ball of snow at Broly too, but it hit him in the face and also in his eyes. Broly did not want play this game, so he stopped. They did something much safer, like build Snowman. They give him a hat and a scarf, and he was very cute. They named him Frosty after the other silly snowman from Pan's Child. Suddenly, it came to life. "Ho, ho, ho! I'm Frosty came to life!" Frosty screamed. "What do you want for Christmas?"
Frosty came! The hat was magical!
Trunks screamed at the top of his voice. Everyone held hands and skipped with Frosty to the town, and then Frosty melted because it became too hot. They then picked up the magic hat and made another snowman, but it was not the same without Frosty. "I miss Frosty," said Broly.
Me too, said Pan.
They went inside the door and gathered around a fire and started popping chestnuts and roasted popcorn. It was snow so much outside that it had blocked the house, and everyone was stuck inside, so they all spent the night. It was lots fun. Trunks and Goten sleep on a floor. Suddenly, it was Christmas. Suddenly, Videl came to Broly's susui with pregnant.
Broly, said Videl, I'm pregnant and with baby yo.
Broly was shocked. But how can that be? Brawl asked. Pan is my lover. Everyone stared at Broly because, hey, everyone thought that Broly and Pan were married. Married.
I don't know, said Videl, but you need to take the father's test.
Okay, said Broly. As and so he did. When the results came in, suddenly Broly was not the father anymore. He was very happy. Then Videl had baby on Christmas. It was the best Christmas present ever for Gohan until he figured out what dad was. Why that baby looks so much like Goten? Asked Gohan out with furious.
Videl didn't know what to say. Gohan, she said, I'm sorry, but this bay is Goten's.
Gohan cried with sadness. Chapter 9. Go on, said a green voice. Your life isn't good. First your brother screws you with your wife, then Broly screws your wife, then Broly screws your daughter, then your wife has your little brother's baby. You clearly didn't know how to dodge. This is how you got in trouble, he said.
Piccolo, Gohan said. Is it really you? I haven't seen you since...
Yes, it is me. I guessed that I may came for Christmas. Okay, Gohan cried. I know that I have to do many things that I shouldn't have, but I'm sorry for them all. I promise, Broly said. Right now, let's just enjoy our Christmas. Everyone turned on the radio, and they started listening to their favorite songs by Soldier Boy. Then Crank That came on, and then they make their own special Christmas dance version of it, and they dance! V came home from the hospital, and hand the babbit in her arms.
This baby is yours, Goten, she said to Goten, so you get to name it too. I think it should name it, Gohan said. I did your husband. But you are not the dadther. That is true. Goten, I would normally hate you, but because Christmas, no. Goten put his hand on his chin. I am sorry for making that baby with Videl, Goten, he aid, but I think it should be Vilten. That is a wonderful name, said Tien. I think I should be proud if that was father. She is very cute. Yea, said Piccolo. Now I have to go away and cape. Piccolo flew away and everyone waved goodbye except Broly because he didn't remember Piccolo because he had amnesia. Everyone went to sleep, and then when they woke up, it was Christmas. There were lots of presents under Broly and Pan's tree because they had decorated it most beautiful than any else. Broly, this one is for you, Broly said as she handed Broly a box that said Broly on it. Pan, how did because I thought that Frost was really? Broly examined. No, Broly. Frosty is not the person who brung the present. It was Satan Claus. Santa? Oh yeah, I forgot. Broly didn't remember who Saturn because ha. But the problem with this is that Santa is not a real. Pan said was shocked. What do you mean? Then who brings dice to us? Broly questioned. I don't know, Broly. Open the present and see what it could be. Broly slowly tore the wrapper off the box. Very careful, he started sweating. He looked at Pan.
and who not. He looked back at the box and slowly, very carefully began to peel off the wrapper. He saw that it was cardboard. The box. He took a nip and he stuck it into the box. He slit the box open, and then he opened the box carefully, the box. Suddenly, he looked into the box, and... socks. I do not like Christmas anymore, Broly said.
But Broly, Pan said, it is not the gift that counts, Pan said. It is the thought of whoever gave you that box that counts, Pan said. But Broly, Pan said, who is the box from? The box. Very carefully look at the wrapper the box came in, and look for who sent in the box.
Broly looked at the paper, and the box was in, and it was Vilten. But how can this be? Broly exclaimed. She was not only born today, but... Suddenly there was a knock on the door, and Bigalop answered. Hello, he said. Who are you? The person at was girl. She was very pretty. She had milk-white eyes and blood-red eyes, and also long, graceful, sexy black hair. It was pretty hair, and she was also very pretty.
My name, said the person at the door, is Vilten.
Everyone. Vilten? Asked Videl.
But that is my baby's name. Mine too, said Goten. I know it may be you who think hard, said Vilten, but I am from the future destroyed by benign evil villain.
Broly wouldn't let go pretty like Vilten by his destroyed evil. I will help, says Broly as he puts on his socks. Your socks are very nice. Thank you for socks, the box.
You are welcome,
said Vilten. She looked up at Broly and blushed bright red and looked down again, because she was embarrassed. He was very sexy, and she really liked him a lot. She had snow on her from being outside and shivered.
May I please, house, come in? Outside is cold here,
she said. Yes, Broly said, and he had let her in. She sat down on the couch and she looked at everyone smiling.
Thank you, said Mirai Vilten.
So, what's wrong with Future? Asked Gohan.
It is being destroyed by the evil, Vitlan said. Mom gets killed and then everyone. I am the only one left besides you, Broly. You helped train me become stronger because I weak, then die.
Her eye watered and she wiped it so no one else see her crying.
I'm so happy to see you again, Broly, because you were always my best friend.
Then she wiped her eyes again and started crying.
Mom, Dad, everyone, she screamed.
Videl went over to hug her daughter from Future.
Don't cry, Vilten, said Videl. We will all come Future with you destroy evil.
She looked at everyone and they all nodded at each other.
We will save Future, Vilten, said Bogolo.
Will you come too, Broly? Asked Vilten with sparkling crimson blood-red eyes because of crying. Her tears were not normally tears, they were real blood tears. Everyone gasped and rushed to see if Vilten was alright, and she said,
Don't worry, everyone. This is how cry I do.
She got up and looked around at everyone.
Thank you for helping me save the future, but I only need Broly for this.
But I thought I did, Broly screamed.
That is because of disease future, says Vilten. You will get it and it will kill you because you are the Legendary Super Saiyan.
Everyone gasped. Broly.
The disease is called the Legendary Super Virus, said Vilten. And the only cure is to be stronger right now. We have to hurry, Broly, said Vilten, or else you will really die.
Okay, says Broly, and he follows Vilten outdoor to wherever she was going. Suddenly, they were walking through the woods very carefully to be sure they didn't get spotted by any Asians that had followed Vilten from the fur tube. Then Vilten and Broly are at a dojo hidden in the woods.
Okay, here we are, said Vilten, walking inside the house. This is where me and you trained all day to defeat evil.
Broly also went inside and noticed that it was old and empty. There was dust all over in it to make him sneeze. Vilten laughed at sneeze, and then she said,
Okay, let's train now, or else you'll never live in my future.
Broly nodded, and then they started to fight. They were both really strong, but since Vilten was smaller than Broly, she was also much faster, and she could usually beat him easy, but she took it easy on him. Wow, Vitsny, you are very strong, exclaimed Bulb. Are you sure you need me to protect Future?
Yes, said Vilten replied. I need all the help I can get.
They then continued fighting until Broly started to win Vilten. Then she fell over on ground and said,
Ouch, that hurt, Broly.
She frowning, she look back up at Broly's big sex and get him brass again. Broly look at Vilten and then he say, "What is the matter, Vilten?"
Broly, Vilten say, Broly, Vilten, I love you, she said.
Broly confused. Broly liked Vilten, but Broly also liked Pan, because Pan was his wife at least, and that he thought that was what he thought. "But I love Pan," said Broly.
"I want you inside me,"
said Vilten. "Okay," said Broly. Chapter 10. Suddenly, Goku was in the room.
"Hi everyone," screamed he did. "I hope you don't mind, but I was chased by Assassins while I was running through the woods to come tell you." "Oh no,"
said Vilten. "It's okay, Videl. We will protect you."
"It will believe in you,"
Videl screamed Vilten. Suddenly, out of the sky dropped 500 ninja assassins from the roof. "We are here for Vilten," said the Retirabum then named. "Just hand her over and we will go away."
"Okay," said Goku as he handed Vilten to them.
"No, Vilten!" said Broly. He went to go punch Goku before he could Vilten away to the evil man, but then a ninja hit Broly on the head. Broly got amnesia again, so hard that he forgot he had amnesia in the first place. Then he remembered who Broly was. He turned Legendary Super Saiyan so hard that everyone in room exploded except the Vilten and Goku, because they were also Saiyan. Then Broly not. He breathed hard, then he turned to them and screamed. He was so mad, but no one knew why. They then remembered that Goku was baby that cried much next to Broly, and it made him very mad for life. "Kakarot!" said Broly loudly to himself. "I do not like you!"
"But Broly, I thought friends we were," Goku said with teasing.
He was starting to become a sadness when Broly no longer liked him.
"I think I like you more with the amnesia."
Then Broly went to go hurt Goku, but Vilten said, "Stop!" Then Broly looked at Vilten with angrier look on face that was his. "Do not stay, Sir Vilten, because I'm going to kill Goku right now." Vilten was crying so hard that there was blood everywhere.
"But if you kill him, then you will never live in the future with me and Mai."
She hugged Broly.
"Because like you very much."
Broly was sad now. "Okay, I'm sorry, Vilten. I won't hurt Kakarot."
But then Vilten was a laughter. "Ha ha 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 ha," said Vilten. "What are you talking about, Vilten?" said Goku. "Ha ha 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 ha, you are foolers," said Vilten with an unhappy smile on her facing. "You do not live in my world future, the city, because I killed you all." "Oh no," whispered Goku. "That's right, that's why I came to the past," said Vilten, "because the only person left in Broly, but he's too strong now, so I come back to pass to Broly."
"But you can't kill me, Vilten," said Broly. "I thought you loved me." But he was only kidding me with her because he knew she liked him a lot. Because he only liked Videl now, because he forgot about the memories that he'd made with the amnesia he had gotten that made him forget about his stuff.
"Haha, I do not love anyone, Broly," said Vilten.
Then she started to scream really loud. There was a bright light, and then turned red, and her eyes turned all red and not all white like BROLY'S did. She was also not very large but she was small like normally was, and she was wear long back dress that came down to floor.
"Ha ha 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 ha," said Vilten. "Oh no, it's the Legendary Super Saiyan,"
Sadie Goku. "But how can you be Legendary Super Saiyan because only I am?" asked Broly.
"That is a very easy question answer," said Vilten, her voice deeper than before. "But that is because you were premeditate into Videl it mixed with baby that was Goten's already in Videl's stomach, and make it Legendary Super Saiyan."
Broly could not believe ears his. That made so much sense that he did not know where he was only for one. Say Broly. "So I am sorry, Vilten, but kill you I must die now." They then started fighting. The room they were in became explosion. Goku almost died but he ran away to tell others about fight, and that Broly no amnesia had him. Broly no Videl fast because he was not only fast now because Super Saiyan, and almost even faster than her, but it was okay because he finally defeated Vilten.
"Grr, I'll be back to kill you probably,
said Vilten as she opened a portal and left never seen again Vilten. There is only one way to defeat the Ilva Viltens for sure, said Broly. We have to kill baby Vilten now because she grew up into evil Vilten. Then Broly looked at Vilten baby, Goten Vild, and then they said, go bye, Vilten. Then he killed Vilten forever. Videl and Goten cry because baby was lost to the forever. Broly would say he did say sorry, but thought, however, Videl say she was not his sorry. So she told him to leave. Broly was one day out and about with the grass, and then he saw Gohan. Hi, Gohan, said Broly.
Stay away from me, Broly, because I am mad, said Gohan.
Why are you AIDS, Gohan? Asked Broly.
Because of everyone dying, Broly is mean again,
Gohan said. Broly forgot that he was now without amnesia, and that no one liked him anymore. Then he was deciding to make friends again, but Gohan would not let him.
And because no one longer like of you, but never did like you, I am going to fight you, and Village will like me maybe again will like me.
But Gohan, I decide I'd be nice for everyone too, said Broly, but he wasn't sure if he wanted nice to him. But that was too late for him to say, because Gohan already went to hit him, and he did. Then Broly became an anger, because he did not want to fist Gohan, but he guessed he had no choice. Then they were fisting, and Broly won, because Broly's strong and Gohan weak.
Okay, Broly, you win, and
said Gohan. He did not want die, because Broly would kill him. Okay, said Broly. Then he said, hey, why don't we look for the Dragon Balls?
That's a good idea, said Gohan.
They then took the Dragon Radar and started looking for them. One of them was in a tree. One of them was cave in a cave. They then find all of them. Okay, go job. Let's make wish, said Broly. But he didn't know what to wish for. What should we sift for? He ached.
I don't know, Broly, said Goten. We should ask the dragon what we should wish for.
Okay, said Broly. And then he rubbed the Dragon Balls, and then the dragon popped out. Hi, dragon.
Hi, Broly,
said Dragon.
What should we wish for? Gohan asked.
I don't know, Dragon, but I can't stay here long because it is hurting my power.
Oh no.
They then heard something in the bushes.
Who is this?
Screamed Gohan. It was a woodland animal.
Silly animal,
said Gohan, said Broly. Idiot Dracon, we are ready for wishing, said Gohop.
Okay, good, because I was about to leave or else I would die, said the dragon Eternal Shenron Long.
Okay, Dragon, said Gohan. I wish PS3.
Okay, here you go,
said the dragon, and he gave him one, and from out the sky fell. Gohan was happy, then he went home, and then they go to play games. But they remember that they do not have any games for PS 23. Then they sad. Uh-oh, we don't have not even have the Eternal. We don't have any games. We don't want PlayStation, said Gohan. Frown. We forgot ask for games, said Broly. Now they bored. Let's go find the Dragsnuts again. Okay, said Gohan, so they went to look for the Dragon Balls again today. They didn't want to bother Shenlong, but they knew that he would understand if they tell him they were there forgetful when wishing. They then became good friends as they were wishing for searching the Dragon Balls.
Broly, I think you're my best friend, even though steal my wife and dog.
I'm sorry for that, said Broly. I did not mean too angry at you.
I know what we can wish for, said Gohan. Let's wish that none of this ever happened, and that we can keep it from happen so that we are the only ones who remember, okay?
Broly liked this wish idea very much, but it meant Videl. He wasn't sure about wishing for this, but it was too late because Gohan had mind.
Okay, Dragon, we are ready for other wish. We're sorry, but we forgot on accident that we wanted another wish.
Okay, what do you want for? Asked Shenron.
We wish that no one ever remember what happened except for Broly and Gohan, and that time go back to that start all over, said Gohan.
Your wish is granted. Okay,
said Shenron, and so he granted a wish, and then... Videl and Gohan and Goten were all sitting on the couch, and suddenly Gohan had to go to work. I think I stay home today, I will, say Gohan. Goten, were you bred because out of it we are? Okay, said Goten, and he elect outside to go bread. The happened. Indeed, a legendary story. Absolutely fantastic. An absolute marvel indeed. How did you all think? What did you all think of it? I'd very much like to know. Everyone in the chat seems to be quite traumatized. Ah. Oh, that is excellent. I'm glad that everyone was so engaged with it. But I'm afraid that is all the time we have for. We've been going for over an hour now. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And it's very nice to be back. So, thank you everyone. For a record turnout, we reached about 220 people during the middle of the chat. And that was absolutely astounding. Thank you all for coming, first-timers and old-timers. But anyway, I shall leave you now until the next Bad Fanfiction Live. Until then, toodle pip and good night.